I have never been woken up like that in my life. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am doing something a little bit different. Now I love it when you leave me comments. Now I got this lovely comment a couple of weeks back basically saying that pub stops are as expensive as campsites and they don't understand why people do them because you don't get any facilities, and that the best way that they believe to do wild camping is at the motorway services because they only cost £15. Now is that true? I don't know. That's what we're finding out today. Are the services that cheap to stay at? Are they any good? Should you be doing them? All that is going to get answered in this video. Let's go. Now, I'm not too sure how this is going to go. Well, I don't think it's going to go great, and I think it's going to be expensive. Now, I haven't even checked how much this place is. I know I'm passing the services on the M1 in, no time at all. So I think I'm just going to pull in here and just go with this one. I mean, services are services, right? I mean, some are going to be better than others, I suppose, but ultimately they're services on a motorway. If I am wrong on that, drop it in the comments and tell me which services are better than others. Is there a services that I have to try? I mean, after this we'll see how it goes, right? But I'm always up for suggestions, be it another services, a wild camp, a pub stop, a campsite, a restaurant, you name it, I'm up for it all. So if there is something I need to go and check out, then please do drop it in the comments below. But this is it. Here we are. Right, this is Moto Services Donington. I have no idea where we've got to go. I don't think here is exactly home for the night, but I think this area is home for the night. So let's go inside and see what the crack is. Motorhome is all parked up there in the normal car park, and let's wander over to the main services. Not too sure what they got going on here, but first and foremost, we need to find out if we can stay and how much it is and where we actually got to stay. I would like to know what you guys think. How much do you think it's going to cost? Drop it in the comments below now. What is your guess? Hello there. Yeah, can I book in for tonight for staying overnight?
I'll have to put it as parking for a lorry.
Okay,
HGV,
okay.
Yeah?
How much is it?
£38.
That wasn't cheap. That was not cheap at all. 38 quid. Did you guess right? Woo. That's more than I was expecting. Right, so yeah, we're not allowed to park over here. We've got to go park in the HGV area, but in the caravan section. I knew that some places, because I used to be a lorry driver, that you do sometimes get meal vouchers with your parking. So it's £3 more. So officially it would have been £35. But yeah, now it's £38 and you get a £10 meal voucher. And they've got like Burger King, I think they've got KFC, I think they've got a few others in there. So I suppose at least, I mean, that's dinner sorted, is it, right? Is that a win? Is it not? I don't know. I don't think it is. 38 quid. There's no way this is cheaper than a campsite or a pub stop. No way. Well, let's go and find a lovely parking space for the night. I've got to laugh at this because otherwise I think I'd cry. I hope you lot appreciate me making this sacrifice. Oh, diesel's at a nice price, £1.94. That's a bonus, I suppose. At least I've got, diesel on my doorstep. Great. We need an open mind. We need an open mind. Right, it looks like we've got to go down here. HGV fuel, caravans and coaches. Oh, this brings back memories. This brings back memories. I used to be parking in these places for my break in the evening. In the night, I mean, we're going to look around here at night. This place will be packed. Absolutely packed full, because there's not enough spaces for lorries driving around the country to stop for the evening. So I can tell you now, without a shadow of a doubt, this is going to be rammed. I'm pretty sure we just have to keep driving through and it should tell us where we've got to go somewhere. Okay, so this is it. Is an actual spaces for caravans? Oh, where all the trucks are. Right, that's real useful. Caravans only. Do you think they're not listening to that somehow? Okay, so we'll go in the space that we're meant to go into. And there's a car transporter there. Great. So this is it. I'm assuming this is motorhomes and caravans. Okay, looks like we've got a community of lorry drivers over there. Yeah, so this says caravans only. Yeah, it's all trucks. Okay, so then we're parked here. I'm assuming that car transport is not going to be there for too long. So the services is just over there. That's where we were. I don't know why these lorries are here. Fuel station just there, which we went around. That's where we were, and then the services are just over there. And then, yeah, this is where we are. Is it level? No. Is it going to be a great park up? No. We are at the front, if we look, we are on the perimeter road. I've rolled back a bit, but we are on the perimeter road. So all them lorries that are in that car park over there are coming round here to exit. He's got his curtains drawn, so I'm guessing he might be there for could be there for a 45-minute break, or he could be there for his 9 hours. Who knows? Right. I'm guessing this is going to be pretty much all night. Well, it is, because lorries are all night, so. That's going to be my soundtrack. Right. Let's go and have a little explore, shall we? Let me just lock everything. I haven't actually levelled the motorhome or set anything up yet, because I am hoping that either these all disappear or this disappears, so I can move out of the middle. But like I said, it was going to get full. But look, I mean, this is meant to be for the coaches and the caravans, and it is packed. There's a whole group of them sitting over there. Yeah, I mean, I know lorry drivers got to go somewhere. I was a lorry driver, I know, I feel the pain. But right, let's have a little look at what we've got going on. Now, I was about to say, oh look, this is a bonus. It's not working. I mean, this is great to have here. So if you did stay here or you were passing through, then you can get your washing done. These are great machines. I use them quite regularly on the road, but yeah, not working. No power. I don't know if they've just turned it off or what the crack is with that, but I mean, I don't need to do my laundry, which is a bonus, because that would have really annoyed me. Didn't know that was going to be here, but when it's there and you think, oh yeah, that was cool. I can't use it. Okay, so we seem to be pretty well set up for supplies. I mean, there's an M&S, a Smiths and a Greggs there. But then, yeah, we've got Costa, Pret, KFC and Burger King. That is what we've got. There is actually a travel lodge here. I'm not sure how much that is, but there is a travel lodge here. And they've got these little pods just over here. So I suppose I can go get my laptop and come in and yeah, just chill out and do some work in here, I suppose. That's not too bad. Quite like changing scenery. I just had a little look at the showers, and to be fair, the first two I saw, they didn't look the best, but they didn't look the worst. It's just because people were in and out. As long as you're in your flip-flops or Crocs or something, you'll be fine. But then there is another room further in, which then opens up into like 5 or 6 different roomed showers, all unlocked. So even if you were stopping here for a couple of hours, passing through somewhere, you can use them showers without having to have a key or to pay to stay here or anything like that. That is at the moment. So that's not too bad. So I will be using the showers this evening, and I will use them in the morning because, well, for 35 quid, I think I need to get something for my money. Now, when I was paying for my ticket to stay here for the night, I then started talking to the lady after she served someone else. And she said that if I was just, because I said I was parked out in the normal car park, and she said if the parking people were here, because it checks you on ANPR when you come in, but then every now and again there's parking attendants here. She said if they saw me parked in there, then they'd ticket me. Even though I'm on my 2-3 hours, And even if after I've paid to stay here for the £35 and paid for the caravan parking, and I was parked in the normal car park, they'd still fine me and ticket me, which is a bit savage and brutal. I didn't know it was like that. She said they're not here today, but they will be here in the morning. I didn't know that was going to be like that, because I thought it was just ANPR checks you. If you go over your 2 hours, then you're meant to start paying. So I'm parked where I'm meant to be parked, but then there's all the trucks that are parked in those few spaces that the caravans have got. It's not right, is it? Right, let's have a little wander around the rest of the place, see if there's anything else on offer that I might have missed. Oh, these are these pods, so you can sit in these pods here, and they've got power points in there, 240 and USB. So you've got this massive grass area right next to the actual building. I'm assuming that's it does say dog walking up there, which, okay, that makes sense. But then this sign here says picnic and play area, but it just goes to the woods and the bushes. So I don't really know. It doesn't look like there's anything that way. It's a bit confusing. But yeah, I mean, it's a bit of grass. I mean, probably not going to walk around there, because why would I? But at least if you've got a dog, there's somewhere to walk them. The picnic area, I don't know where that is. It can't be through here. There's nothing through here, is there? Now, when I got that comment on a previous video that pub stops are expensive and you're better off wild camping at the services because they're 15 quid, I mean, I've blown that out of the water because they're not 15 quid. I know with a pub stop, technically you don't get anything. Some of them might have some things available to you to use, but on the whole, you are just getting the space to be able to stay the night, and then you can use the pub toilets, go buy a drink, go do that kind of stuff, and support the pub in that way. It doesn't look like you get anything here either. There is no hookup. There is no water points. I mean, there might be a water tap at the garage, but then that is separate to this place, because that is the BP. Look at the coach park, the coach and caravan park. Look at it, filling up fast. But yeah, you're not getting anything. You're just getting a parking space. You're getting bins. All right, I've got a meal ticket, but I paid £3 for the meal ticket, and that's just a bonus, I suppose. It's just well overpriced parking, right? We are well and truly getting boxed in now. I've got one right behind me. I've got one to the side of me. I'm going to walk through to the actual HGV parking, see what it's like over there. And this is the reason that they're all spilling over to where I'm parked, because there is literally, there's one space there. There's the odd space, but that is it. This place is filling up pretty fast. I mean, I get it, and I sympathise with lorry drivers completely. I remember, when I was trucking, sometimes I used to do nights, so that when I was pulling in somewhere just to go to the toilet, I remember getting stuck in services before, because trucks are literally dumped everywhere, because there is no spaces. Hence, they now start taking other spaces wherever they can put them. I don't know if they're staying for the entire night or they're just on their break, because they are governed by the law and they have to have the breaks. They have to stop. So I sympathise completely, but this is where things are going to get quite tight and quite crammed in, which means if you were going to stay here, then you'd definitely be better off getting here earlier rather than later. I am getting a bit nervous about my motorhome. I'm not gonna lie. Now, I know these are skilled drivers, but accidents do happen, and they are getting really, really close to my motorhome, and they shouldn't even be here. I mean, look at this. I can just open my door. Oh God, I'm taking one for the team with this one. I really am. They're having a proper meeting out there. It's all right, get together. They've got tables and chairs, and they've dragged a bench over. Right, I have levelled the motorhome because I don't think anything's going to change, and I'm going for a dinner. But yeah, getting a bit scary over there, man. They're getting so, like, trucks are coming in so close. And like I say, they're professional drivers. They've got nothing. I don't doubt their skills at all, not one single bit. But it's just because it's so tight. You know, I've driven and parked in situations like that with a lorry before. With the greatest respect, and I'll be totally honest, it's a truck. It's not mine. It's not my money. It's not. It's a work vehicle. It's a workhorse. No one lives in it. It's, you know, so I never did crash. I never had any accidents. I never clipped anything. I've never bumped into anyone. So I always, you know, respected things and cared for things, and I was always good. But that's my home, and I'm just a bit nervous about it, you know. So, right, let's go get something to eat. Let's chill out a bit. Right, I just went for a mighty bucket for one. It was that or Burger King, and yeah, I think the chicken will be a bit better. You know me, trusty iPad out, AirPods in, Pepsi Max Cherry. I'm gonna scoff my face. That wasn't too bad at all. KFC is always a win. Their hot wings are not the greatest though, are they? They really ain't. They're just a bit plain battery, aren't they? They're warm, spicy, and just a bit too battery. But hey, that was but I've had my dinner. I've used my my meal voucher. Now I'm going to go back and see how packed it is at the motorhome. I might chill out for 20 minutes, half hour, and then I might actually bring my laptop over and do some work for an hour or so before checking out the showers. MacBook in hand, let's go do some work. Now I've got tons of emails to be going through, I've got video footage to be sorting out, I've got stuff to do on the website, I've got contracts to go through, I've got all sorts to be cracking on with online. Now there's plenty of people wandering around, and I'm pretty sure they're all making use of the Wi-Fi. Now we know that that's where bad guys hang out, because they want my data. Yes, there's nothing special about it, but they want it, and it's mine, and I want to hang on to it. So if you're not protected, they're going to get their hands on it, and I don't want that, and I don't think you want that. So we need to be protecting everything we do online, and that's where Surfshark comes in. I've been using Surfshark for many years now, and I love them, and I use them every single day without fail on my MacBook, my phone, my tablet. I use them on everything. So all my browsing and data and everything I do online stays private, protected, and most of all mine. Now, as well as protecting me, which is pretty much what I want, there is a juicy little added bonus, which is unlocking geo-restricted content, which you guys know I love. I love being able to browse something from a different country's catalogue, be it on any of the streaming services. I can be in France, Italy, Belgium, America, Canada, Mexico, you name it. If there's something I want to browse, I can find it in another catalogue on that streaming service, switch to that country right from the comfort of my sofa, and bosh, I'm there, I'm watching it. And whether you're travelling on your own or with the family, one account covers you all. So if protecting your data and unlocking geo-restricted content sounds good to you, then you need to give Surfshark a try. And there's never been a better time, because they've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. Plus, if you use the code URBAN, you get an extra 4 months. An extra 4 months. Scan the QR code up here, click the link in the description, head on over and give Surfshark a try. Right, I'm going to crack on with some work. Successfully done a few hours of work. Now time to get back to the motorhome, chuck my MacBook in, and I think it's time for a shower. Seems to be pretty quiet now. Seems like the bunch right round me have had their drinks for the evening, and they've all turned into their trucks to go to sleep. Oh, there's a horse box with on a recovery. I think you see it all here at night. Now, one thing, I went in to the services, I locked them out home, and I set the main guardian, and now I've got to unlock them out home. Oh, I'm going to do it just as a lorry goes past. That was perfect timing, perfect timing. Shower supplies, let's go. I will say, you do feel a bit uneasy here. Well, I do. It's weird because obviously everyone's sleeping now, and sleeping at different times, and then there's people wandering around constantly. I just come out the van and then some guy's walking down the side of the motorhome, and I'm like, oh hello. So yeah, people are just everywhere, and it's, you know, you're a bit like, yeah, a little bit uneasy. Credit where credit's due. That was a decent shower. Look what I've just spotted. The massage chairs. I've never been in one of these. Oh God. It's punching me in the back. It feels like giant ants crawling around the back end of me. Don't know if it made me relax or if it's beating me up. That was, yeah, interesting to try. I don't mean to tempt fate or anything, but touch wood. It's pretty quiet out there at the moment. It's just gone midnight. I'm going to do a couple more emails and then I'm going to bed. So fingers crossed I get a good night's sleep and don't get disturbed. But I've got a feeling that they're all going to clear off pretty early with their big loud engines. Fingers crossed that's not the case. Or fingers crossed I sleep through it. But hey ho, if anything happens, then I will keep you updated. If not, I'll catch you in the morning. Oh my God, that was mad. And it sounded like Titanic was leaving harbour. The air horn on the lorry next to me. Jesus. Whew. Oh God. It's early. Too early for this stuff. Too early for this. Ooh. Wow. They've all cleared off. What a night. What a night. I'm literally only one truck now. They're all gone. Interesting night. Okay. What a night that was. I think I can honestly say that is probably one of the worst night's sleeps I've ever had in my 9 years. I'm going to be fair. I'm going to go through the pros and cons so we can put it to bed once and for all, and I've given it fair due. I mean, I probably sound and look terrible, so you can see that I've given it fair chance. The pros, now I have made a list, so if because I had a bit of time on my hands last night because I wasn't really sleeping that much, but we'll get to that. The pros of the services: they're open 24 hours, you can arrive anytime, but that is a con in itself, because if you arrive anytime after 6, I would bet good money that you ain't gonna get parked, because after that time, I mean, about 4 o'clock it started filling up, so if you're coming at any point after that, you ain't getting a spot, especially in your allocated area. And if you park in the main car park, then you do run the risk of actually getting a ticket, even though you've paid your £35. Very kind of them. Next one, no booking needed. Yeah, that's legit. You are legitimately paying for the parking. There is no grey area. You are allowed to be here. You are allowed to sleep here. It is safe. I mean, there's CCTV, there's 24-hour staff, there's, you know, there's always someone around. So yeah, I did feel safe, but I felt eerie. There's always someone wandering around. It just didn't feel great. Next pro is the showers on site. Now that is a legitimate pro. They are good showers on here. They're not timed, so you can turn them on and have as long as a shower as you want, and they're hot and the pressure's really good. So yes, very good. And I mean, I've been in some very grotty showers on some CLs and some places around, so they are not that bad. As long as you've got flip-flops or Crocs on, you're good. There's hooks in there so you can hang all your stuff, you're fine. Next pro is washing machines on site, although it didn't help me because they were broken. They are being fixed right now, but that would be a pro if you need to get laundry done, but you are going to be paying for that. Next one is, well, it's 24-hour services. So if you wanted a coffee, you wanted any food, you wanted some snacks, you have got WH Smith's open, you have got Costa Coffee open, so you can go and get something at any hour of the night. And likewise, you can come and use the Wi-Fi, and you can use the services in here, so you can come and sit in here if you wanted to. Let's get on to the cons, shall we? First and foremost, it's £35 for 24 hours. Considering I'm surrounded by, and I'm not ragging on the lorry drivers because they have nowhere else to go. They have to stop. But by law, if they don't, they're going to get fined. I get it. My area is just swamped. I've got lorries coming down the side of me like inches from my motorhome. So yeah, £35 for 24 hours sucks. No way to reserve a space or a spot. You can't do that. You are crammed in like sardines. Yeah, there is no space at all, and I just felt that my motorhome was at risk with all the noise, with people walking around, and the tight spaces, and it being my house. It just wasn't a relaxed, easy night at all. There's no grey waste emptying, there's no cassette emptying, there's no electrical hookup. There is no fresh water on site that I've found. Now, obviously, service stations are all in different places, but predominantly they are next to the motorway, so you're going to have a lot of noise from the motorway, plus the trucks coming in and out. I mean, where the actual caravan parking is, you're on the exit of the HGV car park, so they all have to come past. Next one is it stinks. To say it's ripe is an understatement. It wasn't sunny yesterday, too sunny. It wasn't really hot. But yeah, kicking up a whiff. I was woken up about 3 times through the night because of noises, bibbing and honking and things and starting engines, which is quite rare for me. And then this morning, oh my God, I was ripped out of my sleep at about 6, half 6 by the loudest air horn. Honestly, I thought the Titanic was going to crash into the side of my motorhome. I don't even know why he did it. It was a stationary truck. Why did he press that horn? I don't understand. Zero scenery and zero atmosphere. It is, yeah, clinical. It is bland. It is a service station. It is what it is. So that's the cons, I suppose. Right, now let's run through the pros and cons of a pub stop. Pub stop pros. They're usually free to park up or cost the price of some food or a drink, which we're going to get into the cost of food and drink and all that in a moment. They're usually quiet at night, they're dark, you actually get some sleep. I know it's a shocking thing to ask for, but actually getting some sleep. You have space around the van usually. Again, this is on a generalisation of all the pub stops I've been to. Hot food. That's more than KFC or Burger King. You get atmosphere and a bit of scenery because they're usually in the countryside. They're usually, nice little places. You don't have strangers wandering around your van at night. You haven't got any vehicles and trucks trying to squeeze between you and another truck. And you ain't getting woken up by air horns and motors starting at stupid hours. The ultimate pros is you get a decent night's sleep, your motorhome's safe, you feel safe, and it doesn't cost the earth. Now, cons. Okay, 9 times out of 10 you need to ring ahead. You can't just show up unless it's a massive car park. And I have gone onto a few of them and just turned up and then just gone in and said, hey, can I stay? And I've never really had that kind of problem. Sometimes spaces might be limited, they might have an event or something like that, so they might not always be available, so that is one. Technically, you should arrive before the pub closes. Facilities. Now, usually there are no facilities. There's no electrical hookup, there's no water, there's no waste, there's no cassette emptying. But that being said, I've been to many that do offer some or all of them services. They might have a small charge or they might just be included. So if you just say, oh, I see you've got a tap there, could I fill up? If you've been in there and had a pint and a meal, they're not going to say no. I've been to pubs before where they lift a manhole so you can empty your cassette. You've got more chance of getting services at the pub stops than you have in a place like this, which is called, ironically, the services. It is kind of expected to spend money. You are helping them out, they are helping you out, so you are expected to spend money. There is no set amount, so You know, if you are worried about spending money and you are on a tight budget, then just go in for a couple of drinks. You know, you'd be under a tenner. Quality of the car parks, they do vary massively. Some will be very tight. Again, I would stay away from them. I check Google Earth and Google Maps. That's pretty much the cons. Now, I just want to run through the numbers once more because obviously my meal voucher was in that. So parking was £35 for 24 hours. I upgraded that to £38 for a £10 meal voucher. I spent an extra £3.48 on top of my meal voucher for my KFC dinner. That means I spent a total of £41.48 to stay at the services for 24 hours and have dinner. If I went to a pub stop, I'm pretty sure I could get away with 20 quid. So a pub stop ultimately would have been half the price of this place. I would have got sleep and I wouldn't have been stressed and worried about my motorhome all night, and I'm helping out local community with a pub. Right? I think it's fair to say I gave it a good crack. But if you think I should go to another services and give that one a go because it's better, then please do drop it in the comments below. If there's anywhere else you want me to test out because you want me to have another terrible night's sleep, then please do drop it in the comments below. And if you've got any questions or anything else, then drop that in there as well. I am going to go and find a quiet park up and catch up on some sleep because I am knackered. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.